Welcome everyone to another edition of Shooting from the Hip. This is May 18th, 2017, and you are joining us here on Pillar to Post. But like I said, this is Shooting from the Hip. My co-host, Red Rainer, how you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself, sir?
Recuperating. Now, before we do the intro, I've had a lot of people send me messages on my email and asking me questions on Facebook. What the hell the surgery was about? Well, it was a two-stage surgery. Now I had a skin disease. It's called phimosis. If you don't know what that is, it's
An elongation penis.
It is a surgery on your penis. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You got an enlargement?
No. They had to remove skin. Basically circumcision. And they had to do a biopsy. Because they found a lump and figured phimosis can happen in a couple of different ways. It happens to diabetics, or it can be cancer related. So after finding the lump, they decided to do a biopsy as well right away. So there you have it. You have the surgery news right here on Shooting from the Hip. They hacked up my penis a bit and threw some of it away. Tried making the rest better. So if that's you
heard it here. Pete Wall had a penis reduction.
So there you have it. You know, that is the whole thing about the surgery. So yeah, so not the most comfortable week for me, but I'm not hurting. I'm recovering, and I guess it is what it is. How about your week, though?
Uneventful mostly. I fell asleep during SmackDown. Wrestling's getting real good, you know?
Yeah, it's getting good for a good night's sleep. But how about we kick that intro off, and then we'll get into shit the way we usually do. How's that sound?
All right, I guess that's fine. Count to 13.
And we are back. So like I said, this is Shooting from the Hip. Now we are going to be doing a few different things this week. We were talking about it last week. We were talking about a fantasy wrestling league. Doing it here on the channel. How we would book our shows. We're going to do a brand draft. We're going to... there's going to be a couple of different things we're going to do. We can select our brands, which... Red, he's going to be doing Raw, and he's dressed for the occasion as well. He's got the red shirt going. Me, I'm going to do SmackDown. But everyone on the WWE roster, that includes UK talent, that includes NXT, that includes Cruiserweights, and SmackDown Raw rosters, are all up for grabs. Now, we're discussing, 30 people per brand?
I thought we were doing 20.
20, 25?
All right, 25.
25.
Counting
I think
the
25
women.
is a good number because we got to factor in tag teams. We got to factor in tag teams and the women's division.
Well, one other thing. Are we going to split up tag teams?
Well, see, the way I look at it, once you have them, you can do whatever you want with them. But if they're already a tag team, you kind of have to pick them as a tag team.
And I don't want Kofi Kingston.
But
only time anybody would want Kofi Kingston is Royal Rumble time. That's how I see it.
But we're going to talk about this week in wrestling as well. We're not going to just stick with the fantasy wrestling. We're going to talk about what's going on and see what happens during the show. Now, you're a Raw guy. You love Raw. What did you think of Raw this week?
I think I almost fell asleep.
I honestly did. For the first 2 hours, it was on and off again. Just I'd wake up for a little bit and fall back asleep. So I ended up having to watch 2 hours of the show over just to do a review, so I could give it my honest opinion. And you know how much that sucks to do when you already fall asleep the first time through it.
Wow, I watched this boring program once. Let me watch it one more time. Because that's where we're at right now, folks. They're in a slump after WrestleMania, and it looks like there's nothing that's going to save them. Not even the fucking Hardys are going to save them this time. I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, and at this point, we've really only seen the Hardys face Sheamus and Cesaro. And it's rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. And it isn't just that, Miz versus Ambrose. Same thing, rinse and repeat. It was the same match.
Yeah, it's only like times. 4-month feud, 5-month feud. Let's continue it on, Everyone's not yet.
It's a little bit hard to stomach. And SmackDown wasn't much better. And I can't even...
Honestly, they really don't know what's going on, in my honest opinion.
No, they don't. No, and the biggest problem is the storylines. I can understand NXT. NXT is an hour-long show. So we got 3 matches this week, 2 of them which were pretty good. The women's match wasn't the greatest, and most of it was a recap show because of NXT TakeOver coming this weekend. But I can forgive them for that. I can forgive an hour-long show for only giving us 3 matches because that's logical. Now, they gave us some pretty good matches too. The 2 matches that were good, you had Cassius Ohno versus Cien Almas, which was surprisingly very good. And then we had, what was that other match? We had Drew McIntyre versus Alpha's descendant. What was?
I don't know his name. I've never seen him wrestle before.
Yeah, it was. I can't remember his name, but it wasn't a bad match. He made a good showing, but it was Drew McIntyre in the end that took the win. More. But from all 3 shows, from the hour-long 3-match show, it was the better show of the week.
What was this? So what do you want to do?
Well, how about we start off the show with doing the brand draft. How does that sound? Or is that a little bit boring? Should we wait?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's do first 10 rounds, and then we can do the other 15 rounds later.
Okay, so how do you decide who gets the first pick? We'll do a round of Rochambeau, and I'll tell you if I win or not.
Why don't we flip a coin? You got a coin?
No, I don't. So how about we do this? Raw gets first pick.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wonderful news, sir. Since we can't split up tag teams, apparently, I'm going to go ahead with the Hardys.
You're going to go with Hardy Boys. So, we're going to start with tag teams?
Whoever you want.
Okay.
It's just my first pick of the Hardys.
You know what? You start off with a tag team. I'm going to go with tag team as well. I'm going to go with Authors of Pain.
Scratch them off my list. There, 2.